Hello, the Pioneer viewers. We continue to bring you hot developments regarding the Russia-Ukraine war. It is reported that mutual attacks have continued intensively in recent days. While 2 years of the war are left behind, the parties continue their offensive operations for progress. Periods of war are processes that wear and strain states in every aspect. The main task of state administrators in these processes is to manage well. Political decision makers should make the most beneficial moves for their country. In case they fail to do so, it is impossible for them to escape the public reaction. In such dangerous times, critical decisions must also be taken and implemented quickly. States that are aware of their military capacity and power make their plans in this context. The important factor in war is to take into account the balances. Balances directly affect decision-making processes in both international and domestic politics. Russia's invasion attempt against Ukraine is not going as planned. Moscow's plan to quickly seize Ukrainian territory has failed. At the same time, Moscow's failure is also a sign of Ukraine's success. The Kyiv authorities and the Ukrainian army have shown significant resistance to the Russian invasion with their determined struggle. Ukraine's resistance and struggle led many countries to support Ukraine. The Ukrainian army has also managed to increase its strength since the beginning of the war. The support packages and aid sent from European countries and the United States were used efficiently by the Ukrainian army. With the Ukrainian army's counterattack, a new phase of the war has begun. Recently, an attack organized by the Ukrainian army quickly spread to thousands of people. As a result of the Ukrainian attacks, an entire Russian battalion was destroyed, and the resulting images revealed the devastating scale of the war. Let's take a look at the latest developments in the war and the destroyed Russian battalion. As the Pioneer, we continue to report on the Russia-Ukraine war. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so that you don't miss our daily map reports and reports on the agenda. I also read all your comments on our videos. Please continue to share your ideas about our content in the comments with us in the comments. Let's start if you are ready. The Pioneer reports. Recently, an operation organized by the Ukrainian army caused quite a stir. While the Ukrainian attack is reported to have dealt a heavy blow to the Russian army, the details of the operation show how meticulous Ukrainian intelligence is working. The emerging images show Ukraine's ability to use drones. According to the released footage, Moscow troops took down Ukrainian positions west of the region's key Nopt, while Ukrainian forces destroyed a Russian infantry battalion near the captured eastern city of Avdiivka. Ukraine's 3rd Assault Brigade said in a statement on the operation that Ukrainian airborne drones detected Russian infantry crossing through forested terrain at dusk. The Ukrainian brigade said its self-propelled artillery division fired on the Russian positions and hit targets near Avdiivka. The Ukrainian military later shared a night vision video showing the artillery attack. Ukrainian intelligence has recently been monitoring the movements of Russian military units in the region. Ukrainian intelligence closely monitored the Russian troops trying to expand into the region and tried to determine the best time for the operation. In this process, the operation started after the necessary information was provided to the Ukrainian army. The Ukrainian army was taking security measures against the increasing number of Russian troops in the Avdiivka region. The Ukrainian army, which increased the number of soldiers and weaponry in the region, was also strengthening its defense positions. In this way, it increased the power in the region and put pressure on Russian troops. The Ukrainian army is also successfully preventing Russian attacks. Earlier in the day, the Ukrainian army announced that it had thwarted 20 Russian attacks along the front line around Avdiivka, including Berdikai, west of the village of Stepov. This shows that the Ukrainian army has a strong position both in offensive and defensive positions. Dmytro Lykovy, the spokesman for Ukraine's Tavria forces, which cover the front line west of and around Avdiivka, made a statement to Ukrainian television last day. Lykovy said that the operational situation has stabilized. The Ukrainian army's drone operations are being followed with great attention. Unmanned aerial vehicles have played a key role in crucial operations during the Russian-Ukrainian war, changing established perceptions of warfare. The Ukrainian army's air force was at a relative disadvantage against Russia. However, by using drones, the Ukrainian army gained significant air power against the Russian army. New updates show that Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicles are having difficulty intercepting Russian troops. Military experts are closely following the issue, and there are interesting allegations. Ukrainian military engineers are working hard to produce new technologies. The work of Ukrainian engineers is also considered as an important source for new technologies that will emerge in the future. A statement made by a Russian military expert recently caused panic in Moscow. The military expert said that Russia is facing major problems throughout Ukraine with first-person view drones operated by Kiev. First-person view drones are a common and effective tool in Ukraine's crewless arsenal. They can be deployed to record battlefield footage, where the vehicle looks towards Russian vehicles before exploding, or as reconnaissance vehicles to guide artillery strikes. Kiev's Minister of Digital Transformation Mikhailo Fedorov, who heads Ukraine's drone efforts against Russia, issued a statement. He said that drones sometimes work even more efficiently than artillery. According to the information obtained, the Ukrainian army disrupts the frequency settings of the Russian army. Thanks to electronic warfare systems, they disrupt the system of Russian troops, making drones more difficult to detect. This is why Russian troops have great difficulty in learning about Ukrainian attacks in advance. Critical talks on the war process are planned for the coming days. The war between Russia and Ukraine, which has been on the agenda of European countries, has become more important in recent days. With the inclusion of different countries from European politics in the statements, the question of whether the war will spread came to mind. What is your assessment of the Ukrainian military operation, and how do you think the destruction of a battalion of Ukrainian troops has affected Russian troops in the region? Do you find the work of Ukrainian military intelligence useful? Do you think the Ukrainian military strategy is working successfully? What do you think about the Ukrainian army's drone capabilities? We care about your opinion. Please share it with us.